Welcome to the Travel Agent Podcast. I'm your host, Aylin Blanco. I interview successful industry professionals and share my personal journey to becoming a travel agent. The show is for aspiring travel agents and travel professionals at every level. My mission is to uncover the universal keys to thrive in this business. Join me as I take a closer look into the life of a travel agent. Thank you for joining another episode of the Travel Agent Podcast. This interview was so much fun. It began and ended in giggles, so I hope you enjoy.
The giggles.
All right. Today we have another special guest, and she is going to introduce herself.
Hey, Lynn, it's Tammy Fink, Blue Water Designs. How are you today? I'm so excited to be here with you. It is just craziness. My title is, are you ready for this? Chief Wow Creator. And what I do is I help my clients to create wows for their customers. And that could be anything from planners or journals to welcome boxes. There's so many things that you can do to help bridge that connection between in real life and the online communities. We are talking today about the last minute shopping ideas to be able to send gifts to your clients or your customers right here before Black Friday. Like everybody's already, been decided that, they want to do that. Well, Black Friday is coming up like really, really quick. So I want you to keep that in mind. Sometimes we put everything off to the last minute, but the good news is that means that's the last minute for you to be thinking about all the things that you might want to be able to put out there for the new year, because you've got a lot of things going on and the holidays are here, whether we want them to be or not, right? So
That's really, really cool because as a travel agent, right, we don't always necessarily get to see our clients face to face. And towards the end of the year, most of our clients have taken their trips, and it would be really nice to give them something as an appreciation for continuing to come back. And as a reminder, 2020 is about to come in, and where do you want to go? So what exactly could you put together since you are a wow person? I mean, that title just makes me really happy.
it just makes you smile, right? It's like a whole thing.
And I know you guys can't see her right now, but she is, wow. She's amazing.
Well, I appreciate that, Lynn. It's always fun, right? And those are the kind of things that we're looking at when we're trying to connect better with our clients. And, you think, well, why do I need to do these things? Aren't they just like nice to haves, but it's not something I really have to have as part of my business or my marketing plan. But let me tell you, when it comes to client retention and remembering you're only as good as that last good trip, right? I'm going to make a big guess there, but that's where I'm going to go with the whole travel agent biz, right? So when you're looking at that, how do you let them know, oh yeah, let's be looking at 2020, for what we're going to be planning. And we only plan, myself and my husband, like a year in advance or whatever. Sometimes we plan, sometimes it's a month in advance. We never know. But we do know, like I said, the places that we've been, the places that we want to go, and who we've worked with. So you want to keep those things. You want to be front of mind. And those little extra gifts throughout the year can help for that to happen. It's not just necessarily at Christmas time, but it's a good time to talk about it.
So Black Friday is next Friday. And for all of us last minute people who just realized that we should probably do something wow, what could we kind of do coming soon so that we could kind of get something for first quarter for our clients?
It doesn't take a whole lot. There's so many things that you can do, and there's some really cool wows out there. I try to do, first and foremost, you need to have a reason for doing it. It's not just throwing it out there. And like you said, even if you're a little last minute, maybe you don't get there right at, Black Friday, maybe it's a few days later or something that way, but you're letting them know something else is coming, or that the new year is coming and you're making plans for that as well. If you don't have something in the mail right now, in the next couple of days, if you want to throw something out there, send them a card. If you have nothing else and you want to do something just really quick, get some stamps and throw a card together and be able to send that to them and let them know just with a quick handwritten message. Best way to do it forever. But let me tell you this, if you have the time to be able to plan something, and you can come back and you can think of this. I like to think this as coming at it from the client's first perspective. And that is, what does the client want from you? What do they want to receive from you? It's not just about your logo. It's not just about, throwing swag out there. I hate that term because I think it just means throwing your logo on something and sending it to your client. They don't want that. That's the first stuff I always tell people. That's the first stuff that goes in the junk drawer or goes to the garage sale, right? So come at it from the client's perspective first and think about what do they want from you. So maybe if you do a lot of beach vacations, maybe you want to have a custom towel that says something cool. You can have towels made, right, that are custom, that have your, that, like, I'm a beach babe, or I mean, whatever you want on there. You can have your messaging where your client says, that's me, that's who I am, and that's how you're making that connection. Does that make sense?
That makes total sense. So we have a lot of travel agents out here who specialize in different areas. So beach is mine. I love Mexico. That's the thing everybody knows. But I have lots of friends who specialize in Europe, specialize in Asia. And it would be really cool to be able to give your clients something that they could use on a regular basis. Like you'll always be front of mind. So that's
Well,
brilliant.
thank you. And I think, even like I said, even when you're talking about trips and stuff, if you have people that are going to be going in specific areas that this would be helpful to them. If they're traveling for business, maybe you can look at being able to put something together that is, their they have notepads and journals, things that way. We actually have some that maybe you specialize in business for men. Maybe that's your whole market. There are some really cool leather, like guy-centric kind of products that you can put together that have about, travel and all the different, not all who wander are lost, right? I mean, there's so many different sayings and things that you can attribute to travel, and you can put that on your materials, whatever that is. So if you've got like wilderness guys, there's things that you can do that way that are more cut out for them. And then maybe you have something that's very girly, very glittery, that sort of deal for your shoppers or people that want to be able to act, have a part in their own story. Does that make sense too? Because I mean, we're really looking at that. That's what we're doing, is we're building memories, right?
Right. So it's fantastic, because I say all the time that it's really, really about building relationships. Like, you want to build relationships with your customers, with your clients, because those are the things that people remember. Those people feel good when they think about you. And so these gifts that you're thinking, that you're telling us about, they really are mindful. And I think we've kind of gotten away from that. It's really thinking about the client first.
It really is. And here's the deal too. Let's say, I mean, I don't know what a basic plan would be. Like, how many people do you work with in a year? So maybe you have several hundred, and maybe you don't want to have the budget for sending them out high ticket items. Pick your top 10 people, and you can do high ticket items for them. Spend whatever their value is to you over a lifetime, whatever that is, or over a year or a set period of travel time. Figure out, take 5 or 10% of that profit that you're making with that and put that back into the client, and help them to, like I said, to keep you front of mind, help them to know that you're thinking about them. Maybe you've got some golfers, maybe that's part of their overall packet, right? There's so many things that you can do specifically for them that are very special. Not like, you don't want to send, branded golf balls to everybody on your list. And people do that because it's easy. But if you take that extra time and think, I'm sending this couple off, and they're, doing a specific vacation, they're in Hawaii, but I know that they've asked for specific things for golfing or things that way. You can add those little special things where they think and know that you've thought of them, and also have those things available to them in the hotels. Be sure that you are thanking them, that you've got some sort of little package deal left in the hotel just for them, right?
Oh my goodness, you just touched on something that is brilliant. So I have been wanting to do this, and I think 2020 is the year, is that when my clients show up to their hotels, that there is a little bag of appreciation with small things. I don't know what those things are yet.
But it doesn't, if it's something that is a specific thing that you're trying to say, maybe like what their next trip is going to be, or it's something that they're going to need right there. And I mean, we can all go down to the front desk, right, and get our toothpaste that we forgot and all of that kind of thing. But maybe you take it to that next level. Maybe that they're going to be wanting to send postcards home to their people. Maybe you include some really cute postcards from that area already in there, already with the stamp on them. That's not hardly anything, but it's enough forethought that's like, oh my gosh, I don't have to go out and buy postcards to send to people. This is something that I can include in them. And you're teaching them to also think about people. Look, what does that hospitality feel like for them? How can they relay that this is what they've done? And their travel agent provided it for them. So they're talking about your services to the people that are back home that aren't getting to come on this trip.
And that's why I love you. So this is not something that you can definitely do like right away, but we have talked about it, and it has stuck in my mind. I'm planning a safari in Africa, and those are a little bit more expensive trips. And I wanted to send them a thank you with a full video of what we're going to experience when we get there.
Okay. Yep. We have
And
the digital brochures.
yes, that's what they
Yes.
are, the digital brochures. Like, I can't wait to be able to order those. Like, I'm literally planning a trip so that I can use those.
Well, absolutely. And you take such good photos, right? I mean, I've stalked you on Facebook. I know you're always posting all the really cool food shots, and all of the stuff is just fantastic.
Well,
But
thank you.
what if you could take those things and, like you said, there's a product out there that's a digital brochure. I spent 6 months researching these products. These aren't things that you just find, right? It's things that we go and we look for specifically for a specific industry, or a way for you to communicate better with your clients and customers. What does that look like? So with these digital brochures, I love this product that we've come up with. We've made it so that you can have just a few of them printed. You don't have to order 10,000 of them from China. That you can take your images and stuff that you've put together, and put together a video. We can send that and have it produced, and it's actually in a paper brochure that comes through that has a video screen built into it, audio. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful and fantastic. So you can share either things that you've done or things that they should be looking to do when they are on a specific trip with you. You can have all of that already encapsulated, right, and something that they can hold and share with other people.
And the sharing with other people is where it's at, because if I receive that in the mail, I'm definitely telling everybody that
Yep.
I know. I might even share it on social media and do a whole live video. Like, look what my travel agent sent me. This is where I'm going. You have to use them. I can't imagine the amount of referrals you would get from, producing something like that. And the referral business that you would get would outweigh the cost
Oh,
of sending that to a
absolutely.
high-end client.
Absolutely. And it's not crazy. I mean, you're not talking thousands of dollars, you're, in most cases, you're not even talking hundreds of dollars. So you can actually look at going in and being able to put those together. And it reflects very well on you. It's high end, right? And the two things that I try to work with all my clients, and I try to let them know, is I add my M&Ms to everything. And what that is everything that you do that you send out as a connection point needs to be meaningful and memorable. And that's your bar, right? That's what you're measuring everything else against, is, does it have these things? Is it just a nice to have? You checked it off a list, done. Or does it really mean something to them? And are they going to remember you for that? And it doesn't have anything, I mean, surprisingly, it doesn't have anything to do with your brand overall. It's what they want from you.
I mean, you've said it all. So
I love that.
where can my audience find you? Because I mean, after this episode, I can't imagine that you're not going to be having influx. So I hope you get a whole like call center.
I do too. I do too. And there's still plenty of time, if we want to do some cards or some postcards for Christmas, for the starting the new year. There is still time to do that. Again, you're running a little bit late and you're thinking on your Black Friday, but do take the time to go ahead and acknowledge it if you can, even if you're doing it online. But coming up with a physical product does take a little bit of time, and it takes a little bit of preparation to kind of move forward with that. But you can jump on anytime at bluewaterdesigns.biz. And you can also, I will give your listeners a little tip too. If you do bluewaterdesigns.biz/coffee, you can get a link to my calendar, and we can jump on a free 30-minute call for all of your people. And if they want to jump on with me, we can have a conversation. I can show them, do a Zoom call. I can show some samples of some different products, even have some of those digital brochures and stuff. We can show you those and talk all about that.
And as a special note, she has agreed to come into the Travel Agent Podcast group. So if you are a part of the group, you will get a special insight into all the things she's doing. We're going to do a Zoom meeting in there, something like that, similar, so that you can actually see the things that she's got going on. So if you're not a part of the group, you definitely should be, because she's coming in there.
I love that. That is awesome.
Thank you so much for coming in last minute and just kind of telling us what we could do for Black Friday, because it is around the corner, guys. It's there.
It is. It's wows. You need to be looking at all the different kind of wows that you can have for your clients. And I'm glad I could jump in here and wow you a little bit today too.
You wow me every time I talk to you.
I love that.
So thank you. And all of her information will be in the blog post, and you can set up a meeting and look at all the stuff that she has to wow you. Thank you for joining the Travel Agent Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review. Visit thetravelagentpodcast.com for more information about today's episode and other travel agent resources. Be sure to tune in every Thursday for new episodes. Until next time, continue to build a travel business you love.